Who said business will be better during holidays and there will be more people? People must be on that street because it's a tourist city. Oh my god, I'm lucky I didn't stock up. I only stocked up for regular sales, otherwise I would be furious. I came at around 11 o'clock and now it's around 14 o'clock. No one has come in to try on clothes and I haven't seen anyone come in. Look at how many people there are. Oh, I'm speechless. I'm going to collapse. I'd be lying if I didn't collapse. What's the point of collapse? I won't hide it from you. I'm not afraid of losing face. The store still has no customers and this business is a headache. Prices in Shanghai have plummeted, housing prices have continued to fall, and daily consumer goods are being discounted like crazy. For example, Adidas, Skechers, and Vans, which used to cost $70, can now be bought for $10. In 2025, China's real estate market continues to plummet, causing mainland Chinese to experience the most significant asset shrinkage in nearly a decade. Many owners are in trouble due to mortgage pressure. China's economy continues to be sluggish, leading to a downgrade in consumption. Due to salary cuts and internal competition, people are anxious about the future, and extremely low consumption has become popular. People from all walks of life experience a cold winter, the same as in first-tier cities such as Beijing and Shanghai. Today, we'll talk about related topics. But before we do, we would like to invite you to subscribe. Your support is our greatest motivation and allows us to bring you more valuable content. Now, moving on.
一睁开眼就是钱。
The first thing I think about when I open my eyes is money. How can I pay off my credit card and loan? Where will the expenses for my home and store come from? From January 2024 to March 2025, this is not a joke, but a true story of a post-80s generation. The beautiful scene before has now been completely shattered. At the age of 40, with elderly parents and young children, I chose to start a business again for my family. I was a chef and simply thought catering was easy. If your dishes were fresh and clean and tasted good, customers would definitely come, right? As the old saying goes, good wine needs no bush. As a result, I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in a store, but I couldn't even afford the basic rent and labor costs. It was idiotic when I think about it. During this period, my body and mind were devastated. I didn't make any money, I didn't care about my family, and I lived in worry and torment every day.
就今年这个行情
With the market conditions this year, I tell you, don't think about how much money you can make. It's good enough to be alive. Coming into contact with bosses from all walks of life daily, today's food store owners are going crazy. As long as we maintain the status quo and can persevere, it will be the best situation. The blogger said in the video that her husband, 35 years old, recently lost his job and has been staying at home for more than half a year. Her husband used to work in the construction industry and was a first-class construction engineer. His monthly salary was about $4,800. Her husband's salary supported the family's mortgage, car loan, and the fees for the children's various interest classes. Although they were not rich, they lived a happy life. When her husband lost his job, they didn't take it too seriously, thinking it should be easy for him to find a new job with his qualifications as a first-class construction engineer. They didn't expect the current employment environment to be so challenging.
这半年来
In the past 6 months, my husband has submitted his resume online daily. Whenever he sees a suitable position, he will apply for it, no matter the company's size. He received several interview invitations initially, but there was no news after each interview. It was challenging to find a job with a salary of $3,000. Later, he received fewer and fewer interview invitations, his spirit worsened, and the family's financial situation took a sharp turn for the worse. Our mortgage payment is $1,000 a month, and we have 2 children to raise, household expenses, and my parents-in-law are getting old, so we have to provide them with living expenses every month. The repayment dates for mortgages and car loans are like a curse. My husband and I get nervous every time they come. My husband has also become reserved and quiet. He used to share interesting things about work with me when he came home from work, but now he sits on the sofa and stares blankly after dinner for an hour or 2. Seeing him like this, I felt very sad. I wanted to comfort him, but didn't know what to say. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and see him staring at the ceiling with his eyes open. I knew he was unable to sleep because of the stress of unemployment. At 35, his career should have been booming, but he became unemployed, which was a very bitter feeling. This blogger is a girl born in the 2000s who works in Shanghai and earns $1,200 monthly. To save money, she insists on cooking for herself every day, no matter how tired she is.
昨天买了个凤梨，7块钱。
I bought a pineapple for $1 yesterday. Do you think it's cheap? In fact, I go to the vegetable market every night after getting off work and buy discounted vegetables and fruits. Although the food is simple, I am not malnourished. I have been working hard in Shanghai for 2 years, so I have developed the habit of thrift. I can't finish this pineapple, so I'll just eat half of it today. Someone has asked me lately, what is the meaning of my life? I'm just an ordinary person with average family conditions and an average education, so I can only try my best to save money. I have worked a job that paid $480 a month and lived in a dormitory with 10 people. So although I now live in a house shared by 4 households and can only cook on the balcony, I am already delighted with having my own independent space. I know that making money is not easy, so I am more frugal and want to spend every penny wisely. I can wear a t-shirt for 3 years, and I will always wear shoes as long as they are not broken. Basically, I don't go out for big meals, and I will never order takeout if I can cook for myself. Although this kind of life is dull, I have indeed saved some money. Money can be earned or saved. $30,000 down payment. We lost everything. Even after selling the house, we couldn't pay the remaining mortgage. Have I worked for the bank or myself, or for whom? I'm a little confused. It's really sad to think about it.
88年36岁
I am 36, single and childless. I have lived in Beijing for 9 years without a car or a house. These are the labels on me and the shackles of my identity that I want to eliminate. Time flies and my 37th birthday is just half a month away. I have wasted more than 30 years of my life, but have made no progress, accomplished nothing, and have nothing. I have no friends, no one loves me very much, and I have not been filial to my parents. Yesterday, I sat alone for a long time, thinking a lot. I have lived almost half of my life, and there are too many things I cannot control and am powerless to do. I felt distraught, and suddenly I felt sad, and tears fell. I chatted with my friends until late at night, and I said that I felt terrible about myself, that I probably would not be able to get married in this life, and that I might be alone for the rest of my life. Suddenly, I felt a little scared, confused, and lost.
你看，现在上海
You see, wages in Shanghai are not rising, and many people are laid off in middle age. I feel like I can't live happily in Shanghai. Drinking soy milk and eating a bun with a fried dough stick in the morning costs at least $2. Some people say that I am creating anxiety here. I'm really not talking nonsense. Maybe the truth is harsher. Look at how many college graduates around you can't find a job. How many people drive for Didi or deliver food? How many people are living with their parents? Although house prices in Shanghai have dropped, buying a house is still very stressful for ordinary people. In fact, there are still many job opportunities in Shanghai, but very few people can get a high salary. They either do various telephone sales or work as security guards. The news said that Shanghai's average income per capita has reached $2,800. I think this statistic is ridiculous because most people around me earn $1,000, which is still a lot. Most people are reluctant to eat fast food that costs more than $2, and they bring their meals. If you rent a house, even if you share it with others, it will cost more than $200, and there are also miscellaneous expenses. These are objective facts.
这样的上海，
Do you still want me to come to Shanghai like this? I am a post-2000s worker in Shanghai. This is my second year in Shanghai. I get $1,200 a month. As soon as the salary arrives, I immediately transfer $300 to the landlord and keep $140 for myself for living expenses. I have to rush to the subway every morning, and the scenery is the hurried footsteps of passers-by. The money for lunch at Jing'an Temple can buy 3 days of fresh ribs in my hometown. Everyone says Shanghai is full of gold, but you must kneel to pick it up. The wage increase seems to never keep up with the price of goods, not to mention the prohibitive housing prices. I went to the market and spent $10 to buy vegetables for the next week. We are all ordinary people. When we can't make much money, we can only save as much as possible on daily expenses. This is a video posted by Douyin blogger last year about the rapid decline of Shanghai's high-end catering industry.
现在消费降级有多惨啊？
How alarming is the current decline in consumption? A high-end Michelin restaurant in Shanghai, where the average spending per person is 4 figures, recently launched a low-price set meal of $55, which netizens positioned as a poor man's set meal. It's difficult to make money from the rich, so they are trying to make money from the poor. A high-end restaurant in the Bund with a per capita consumption of $200 was poorly managed and closed down. It was even reported that it owed employees wages and insurance. By Guoyuan, a high-end fruit transporter expects its profits in the first half of the year to decrease by nearly 70% year-on-year, which is more severe than cutting off the waste. Data shows that Shanghai's high-end catering market is shrinking rapidly. In May, there were more than 2,700 restaurants in Shanghai, with an average customer spending of more than $70. By July this year, the number was halved to just over 1,300. At a time when consumption is down, the high-end catering business is terrible. For example, the rent for hotels in the Bund is $40,000, including labor costs and various expenses. The monthly fees are about $70,000. Even if you're rich, these bosses can't afford it. China's domestic demand is weak and consumption in first-tier cities continues to decline. According to reports, Beijing's social consumer goods retail sales in March this year were 14.4 billion, a sharp drop of 9.9% year-on-year compared with March last year. Shanghai's retail sales of consumer goods in March were 17.6 billion, a sharp drop of 14.1% year-on-year. People choose to consume more rationally because many industries have begun to cut wages and lay off employees. Some people dare not consume because they cannot afford their mortgages. According to the Wall Street Journal, China's real estate bubble has caused wealth losses of 18 trillion, equivalent to a loss of 60,000 per household, exceeding the 11 trillion in the US subprime mortgage crisis in 2008. The second-hand housing market in Shanghai has changed dramatically. The number of listings has reached 300,000 and hundreds of new listings are added daily. Landlords who adjust the prices 3 times a week find it difficult to sell their houses, and all agents are desperate to sell their houses. Despite this situation, there are still a few customers viewing houses. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.